everybody. Welcome to episode 75 of Ranwin Parked, a show that I bring to you on the internet with Kurt J. Mack and ZK. My name's Cone. I've messed this up entirely. We have car ads, we look at them, and then we laugh. Ha 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 ha.
Did you know that 75 is 3/4 of 100?
That is true. And
I didn't come here to learn things, okay?
75 is also the year Kurt was born.
Yes, that's true.
And that I don't think we have any sad tales of automotive mechanic work this time around.
The battery in the Focus died.
Oh yeah, and it did weird things.
Oh, yeah. Maybe...
Yeah, you should have sent me that video, huh? You did send me that
Yeah,
video. I could put it in the video. I could put it in the episode now.
You could.
The magic of editing.
I think we may have seen it. That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Why are cars this way?
Stupid modern cars. Kurt didn't see it.
Oh, Kurt didn't see
No
it.
idea what you're talking
You
about.
saw it, Kurt. It was just played.
Ah,
But yeah, the lights just like flickered and like the HIDs were just flickering on and off, and I couldn't turn. It wouldn't let me turn off the car.
Mm-hmm.
Or like make it stop until I connected a jump box to it. And it had
became
enough voltage
sentient.
to stop.
Yeah. That's...
Also, Ford wouldn't prorate my battery because I didn't have my receipt from 6 years ago.
How dare you not keep that paper that would have become dust by now?
Yeah, and it's weird because they're like, "Oh yeah, what's your phone number? Oh yeah, here's your information right here."
That's just rude.
Apparently, they don't prorate batteries for 100 months anymore either.
Well, that sucks.
that's shame.
Batteries are expensive.
Batteries are
Anyway.
expensive. I've been putting off getting a battery for the ramp truck for so long, and it's gonna have to happen because even with that fancy ass battery charger that I have now, it's still like after basically minutes was down to the point where it wouldn't turn over the truck. So
I'll tell you what, if you get one from Walmart, it's really confusing to the entire team that there's the concept that you have to return the old battery for a core charge. That absolutely shuts down the entire management process at Walmart. Multiple times I've experienced this.
Which is amazing because they've sold batteries since like I was crawling. It's not exactly
Actually,
a new
like,
concept.
They're like one of the better places to buy batteries because they always have like them in stock and they're not super expensive. And normally they don't care about the whole replacement thing. They're just like, okay, here's a new one.
Yeah, but you are losing money in that still.
Yeah, they tack on
Right.
a charge for the core fee.
The nice thing is you could probably bring them a cardboard box that said battery, and they'd be like, okay. That's the plus side of that. Get it? Because it's a battery.
What a positive message.
If you want to see how the ramp truck scenario ended up, boy, do we have 12 hours of Twitch VOD for you to watch.
That's just from one day.
Oh my god. If I was moaning and gripey about that on Ranwin Parked, it was warranted. That was one of those jobs I just didn't want to do from the get-go, and now that I've done it, I still didn't want to do it.
Until I do it again when I swap out the cam.
Right. But it's done. And then immediately after, like, just getting it running to see that, you know, it wasn't leaking and nothing else was leaking and I didn't drop 15 sockets down in the oil pan or anything, it stopped charging and like, the alternator's not working. So, working on cars is fun.
Don't you still have a second alternator for that truck?
I do. And I've changed the alternators multiple times. It's not the alternator.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun.
Is it that bad battery?
I have questioned that. Like, is there a point in which a battery is too bad that the alternator won't charge correctly?
If it's like shorting out internally or something, it could do weird things. So
But,
like if you have like a good battery just to test with.
But I'm surprised though that the charger brought it up fine. Like the charger didn't fault out or anything.
Oh, just because you can charge a battery doesn't mean it's not good.
And I have tried 2 different batteries too, so there's that.
But both those batteries are pretty awful. But if it was acting the same way,
This is why Kurt has stopped working on his Datsun. Like
Exactly.
we're
All the
deterring
circular
him.
logic.
Isn't that just what pistons are?
You have to get out of here. Have you ever considered buying a Renault?
Maybe.
Would you consider buying one with fog lights that have cats and checkered flags on them?
Maybe.
Are you Powers 2440?
Some might say. They sound exactly like him.
This is a 1985 Renault. Am I sure? Okay, all right. Somebody who's familiar, slay me on how I say Renault. Whatever.
Renault, that's close enough. I mean, we could be just saying Renault for the rest of the episode.
I could be my dad. 1.4 liter engine, stick shift, body in excellent condition. Starter or solenoid needs to be replaced. I don't have time to work on it. Need garage space. $500.
Oof.
It's just.
Oh, it's a convertible.
It is a convertible. But but look how cute it is.
It's like a Cavalier and a Volkswagen convertible.
Golf.
Yeah, it is.
All smushed together.
There is strong Cavalier vibes here. Strong dog hair vibes too. And this all red interior.
Excuse me, that's on the driver's seat. That's probably human hair.
You. I mean, but $500. That's
I like the wheels.
That's
It is in like very good appearing
Mhm.
shape.
That interior is like unused.
Ooh, it's got the metal belt buckles.
Oh, it does. Yeah. Where they borrow those from GM?
Probably.
It has 92,000 miles. Yeah, miles on it because this would have been the U.S. import era.
Apparently they were driving when they took this picture.
That
Yeah,
is weird. The tack is up and the speedometer is up.
But it's only
the
at
parking brake
1,000
is on.
RPM.
No, right. But the parking brake is on. Well, you know. It's
It's
a
Renault things.
Yeah, I
What
don't
is
know.
that oil level or oil pressure gauge?
You know.
It's like on a cylinder horizontally.
that
but
what
there's
that
no
is?
needle?
Yeah. Like, when is it good? Like, what's good?
Well,
This
you
is
know,
the range
cars,
your oil
anything
could be.
between like 15 and 75 psi is good.
Uh-huh. But like, does it rotate? And does the oil lamp like move right? I don't know, man. That's
Oh man,
that's confusing. Renaults, they're confusing. Wait a minute, that says 1.7 liter.
1.7. That's a weird size.
It is. Have you
Well,
ever-
I guess some of the Civics were 1.7s.
I mean, they're weird too. Not so great shape on the rear window. Unfortunately.
It looks like it is like retracted or something because there's still plastic there.
It's zipped down.
Was there another picture? Oh, you can't really see the rear window.
From knowing how soft tops usually work, that I don't think those are normally just come off.
I think
No.
it's busted.
Probably.
I think it's busted. But $500, I mean, I'm just
So-
saying it's a manual. If it needs a starter, you just push it and you go do something stupid with it.
Yeah. The only problem with this, because it's a soft top and it has, assuming broken rear window, it leaks 1,000%.
Uh-huh.
So you can't store it outside.
True.
So it's hard to get. It's hard to be that like one extra stupid purchase.
Powers does have a car cover or a carport though.
True. He also does put a car cover on the Jeep because of the rain, but that doesn't really have an interior.
Yeah. Well, have you seen? Did I show a picture of the car cover on the truck on the Jeep truck?
How it collects the water.
Yeah, it very much so became that very iconic picture of the like rednecks with a pool in the back of their truck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not easy to remove.
No.
Unfortunately, the car cover did a very good job of holding the water because, like, just trying, like, I just went through my head of all the different ways I could remove this water. And I went for the quickest way possible, which is I really should have recorded this process. I hooked the car cover to the fence and drove the truck forward. So that the water just went whoosh out the back of it.
That would not be the choice I would have thought of.
It was heavy. Like anytime I tried to pick it up, it would just like,
You don't have to do it all at once. You could have got like a pail or a bucket.
Yeah, that sounded like it would take a long time.
You could have probably even just siphoned it out if you had some hose.
I mean, I don't see what they would really offer. Kurt, what you got?
I don't know what's happening. If a renewal isn't weird enough for you, oh God, wait, I don't have control. I forgot.
Kurt, you never had control.
This.
Don't
I can fix this.
Don't you try to lie to us right now. Here, I'll take this moment. If you're a patron and support the show Ran When Parked, you could get a Ran When Parked magnet if you become a postcard patron. The next batch will include a 1.5 by 3 Ran When Parked magnet. Put it on your fridge, put it in your car, put it on your child. I don't care. I've got 50 of these, and I need them to not be part of my life anymore. All right, Kurt, you good?
Can I have one?
If you for $20 a month, you can.
Wow.
You'll get a postcard too, and a sticker.
I don't even remember what I was saying now. Oh, your Renault.
You're right.
If a Renault doesn't do it for you,
What about a Renault?
Lotus?
Yes.
A 1969 Lotus Europa project for $5,000, only 10 times as much as the Renault.
Is it melting from the top?
It's melting from the top. It is ran when parked. Clean title, straight body, but needs full restoration. Needs to be towed.
Yeah. Is fiberglass like? Can you fix fiberglass after the gel coat's gone? Like, or what do you do there?
I think you can. I think if there's enough to sand down, I think you can repair it.
Because it gets
even then you can lay in new fiberglass.
Right, because it gets gross. Like the little hairs start sticking up, and then you can tell like. Kurt,
it's almost like rust repair, but with glue.
Yeah, but you go to car shows sometimes. There's always like Corvettes, and like at least half of them have horrible like grainy feeling paint or grainy looking paint because of the fiberglass repairs. It's gross. I can't decide if these are gross or not.
You've mentioned how you hate the rear engine compartment thing.
Yeah, I think I still do. Yeah. And I hate the window. Like, I hate the shape of the door windows.
Yeah, it's not great.
This is weird. This looks weird.
It's because it's sanded or whatever, so it looks like it's made from wood.
Yeah.
And with the van there, like, go back, like, give yourself that perspective where this is like a little balsa car.
Right. It's a Pinewood Derby car.
And then suddenly, like, your perspective changes and gives you vertigo.
And then you realize that this thing exists under the door handles of a Ford Transit van. I want to see Kurt get in it. Awesome.
That would be difficult, probably.
So I think they're mid-long, right? Is that... Wait. That battery. That's the battery you could return to Walmart right there on the left. Just put a plus and a minus on it. There's your cord charge.
There's that little Die Hard sticker.
It's just really old. Oh, slap that Die Hard sticker on it up at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Sears Die Hard. So this hasn't been going in a while.
Yeah, Sears hasn't been relevant in, what, 15, 20 years?
Yeah. We're getting close to that, but we're not as bad as Sears yet. Ooh, look at this.
Look at this.
We should still do this.
I like these types of tags on things. It's like unrelated, but related. the milling machine, the Bridgeport, has a bunch of these type of tags that are all worn off, and I want to like replace them all with good ones.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that they even include like just all the brands. Like, not if you open the hood of a modern car, it's like, this car is powered by Pennzoil. You must use Pennzoil in this car. And I'm like, great, thanks. Could you have maybe told me A, how much, and B, like what weight? Nope, marketing. Marketing ruins everything. We've had a few Lotus Europas on here, and they're never good.
No, they're never the ones that you see that are all shiny and cool looking.
I had a moment. Yeah, I had a moment of looking at Lotai on the used car things to see what they're doing, and definitely the end of the Elise Exige and Evora has made the prices just go whoop. So those dreams are dead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Apparently, the paint code L010 is Bahama Yellow.
Oh. Wow.
That was one of the colors I saw.
Yeah, I guess there was still some yellow visible in that somewhere.
Yellow, green, orange.
Yeah.
Bondo. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
we'll
sure.
give them that.
So, what have I been a strong proponent of as far as values?
Dump trucks.
Dump trucks.
No.
So we have a 1991 Dodge Ram 3500 dump truck.
So
$9,300.
Not just
30-year-old truck.
A dump truck. Also, like, my least favorite Dodge.
I'm sorry, sir. You are incorrect. These are... It's a 12-valve Cummins with a 5-speed even.
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
The roof is
It's weird. Yes. But it works. See? Look, it's dumping off stuff at the dump.
Is this dumping stuff at the dump, or is this their backyard?
Moving along. But I don't know. Something about this you could also dump gravel.
I love that they're like showing you the things you could do with a dump truck.
I think in the ad they were like, it's, business ready. Start your own business type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's your 12-valve.
Yep.
Which looks like every other stock 12-valve.
Like a ship engine. Like a freighter ship.
That's basically what they are. Yeah.
And it's funny because this sort of reminds me of like Sally, but like if you wanted a Cummins manual for some reason.
True. Yeah. I mean, if I was a smart man, and I think it's clear by now that I am not, this is the engine and transmission I would have swapped into that truck.
Should have.
Yeah.
But, maybe not a 12-valve. I actually like the newer stuff, but whatever was cheapest.
Right. I mean, already this is $9,000.
Yeah.
Granted,
but look,
the dump
start your own business.
Nice.
The interior, it's there.
What kind of business exactly are you starting?
I'm trying to think of some like cones dumping something or.
I mean, I have a lot of yard onions. Could I just dig up all my onions and bring them to market?
I don't know, just move around some dirt and trash. That's what we all do in our life, right?
You talking about me? Or...
Huh?
No dump trucks. Dump trucks are that truck. I will say
$9,300. That should be worth like $1,500 because it has a working hydraulics.
That truck is only worth money because it has a 12-valve in it. This truck is worth money because Powers needs it. A 1970. This is honestly, if I was actually smart, this is the truck that should be in my yard right now because it's a 79 Ford Wedge ramp truck with a 460 and a 4-speed and disc brakes. Basically, this truck is everything that I've made my ramp truck into, but like from the factory.
Less money.
And less money, yes. This is $5,500 for all that stuff. I paid $3,000 or whatever, plus getting it shipped. So probably like $4,000 for my ramp truck, and I've now put another, $5,000 into it. So what I'm saying is I'm not a smart man. But
it's been 3 years.
Powers is also not a smart man, and this one does need some work. Like the bed is kind of.
Is that like?
I think it's extended.
Like right there at where the dovetail hits or whatever. Just like peeled over.
Yeah, I think it's had a lot of stuff.
The tires of anything that drives up on it.
Right. I think it's had stuff drug up it, like they were, just. Yeah.
Drugs explains a lot.
But the rest of it's really nice. Like this is a really clean looking inside body.
Was it F350?
It is a 350.
Okay, those, as far as I'm aware, are a little weird getting parts for. But I don't.
It's not an
early one. I think it has all
though.
the parts it needs.
It's a 79.
Also has 2 different front tires.
It does. It's very much so mishmashed together.
Not different tires, different wheels.
Right.
Like those are steel Audi wheels, and the other one are steel any wheels.
You hurt my brain. But it's it's a good basic starter for if you want to get into ramp trucks, and I know somebody that does. We could have matching white Ford ramp trucks. How cute!
With 460s.
With 460s.
This one has a carb though, and do they mean 4-speed as in like a C, whatever? C4
no, it's a manual.
It is a manual.
It is a manual. Beep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 5-speed would be better.
It would be, but this is the good 4-speed, not the awful 4-speed.
Is it?
Yep. This is actual 4-speed, like not the.
It doesn't have a grainy gear, but that's so useful.
I think it has a grainy gear, but it has like the ability to shift. Like it's not the old.
It also has like overdrive.
Right. It's not the old NP that was in my truck that just like was meant to go 55 at its max. Plus, it's a 460, so you can actually put transmissions behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. You can't win them all.
Huh?
Kurt, we got to get you a Ford.
Yes.
What Ford do you need? Listen, you're the one that I was playing.
Tired of Fords.
I was playing GeoGuess the other day, and I couldn't identify this car in the background, and Kurt's just like, "That's a Mustang."
Yeah, because that's like I've seen a bunch of those Mustang 2s that nobody wants.
I think it was even in the Pacific Northwest. I think it was in the area.
Probably. What else is in the Pacific Northwest? A 1969 Sunbeam Alpine GT Fastback Rapide for $3,500.
Alpine.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alpine. Alpine, like the hammer.
I don't know.
It's a project, but will need to be towed. Reproduction rubber seals, much more. Very little rust. Engine turns over. Was running and driving, but after storage has lost spark. Haven't we all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Since this is the GT model, it comes with dual carbs, GT trim, and options. An example of a very rare import.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
It's like a tiny Barracuda.
It is.
Although, where are you going to get the rest of that front lower cowl thing?
Listen.
Yeah, I don't know what's supposed to be there.
It honestly looks almost identical to how the front cowl looked on Kurt Z.
Wait, oh no, there is a. I thought that bottom piece was missing on the left-hand side, but it is the same on the right. Like
yeah, it's got the
hanging out.
What's this kind of suspension called with the big rods going forward? Torsion bar, I think.
Yes, but that might be some. Those are traction rods.
Yeah, this could be.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
True.
It could be A-arm.
You're an A-arm.
It's kind of a weird. Now I'm looking at like pictures of not dented, rusty ones. It does have like an overbite with like that bumper.
Yeah, it's like they're. I mean, I don't know if there's such a thing exists, but it's like begging for a lip that takes that outwards. Yeah. Like, it's missing something.
Well, we do love fiberglass.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could 3D print something. Oh, look at that little cutie. Mm-hmm. Look at those copper pipes.
The copper
pipes are interesting. The sweated on copper pipes.
Why?
Because you thought getting parts for a Flavia was bad.
That's not factory, is it?
It can't be.
That looks
it looks
like
too new. It's not nearly corroded enough.
Like it looks straight from Home Depot.
That's expensive though. You should just buy the car and sell off the copper, make your money back.
Twin SU carbs, I assume.
That's what they look like.
That's what they look like. No carpet, man.
No carpet.
Jeez.
It's a project.
It's a project.
It needs a dashboard too.
Oh yeah.
Looks like instrument cluster.
Cluster, yeah. How much do they want?
Oh man, but it is.
It's not a fastback, but it is.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's like a mini Barracuda. The fact that it has these like slot mags on it makes it even more like that.
Mm-hmm. Got a weird butt.
It's got a weird butt, but it's not as bad as a Europa.
True.
It's weird, but I can appreciate it. This is
$3,500 appreciate.
Yeah, in the right frame of mind. Like if I was a car restorer, maybe.
It's missing a couple lug studs.
It's missing enough things to be annoying to put back together.
Yeah.
That
like
rear
it was
window
complete...
rolls down and it's pillarless.
All right, I'm sold. So, like, when can you get this shipped to me? I like that. I like the car. I just don't see a world in which I could ever tackle a project like that. I can't even find the parts for like a Ford F-Series truck, the most produced vehicle of all time.
Don't remind me. So, speaking of getting parts, what about something really rad, like a nice-as Nissan Patrol Diesel?
Nice as what? Or...
No, a nice-as.
Sorry, yeah, that's a... Is
like
that
from Australia.
Yeah, Australia terms.
So it's apparently a Y60 GQ, but it... bunch of information, but it's super clean. They want a lot of money for it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I've never seen another one of these in the States. I'm sure a couple exist.
It's left-hand drive?
I believe so.
Wow.
Looks like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Where did this come from? Where did it go?
Okay, well, if you could recognize your European plates.
All right, let me break out some GeoGuessr skills. That is from the country of Europe.
Along.
For Europe.
I think my favorite part about this is like the decal work. Like it's two-tone. It's got the Patrol and the Nissan and all the little stickers.
I appreciate the stickers like going down onto the wide body part of it too.
Yeah, like as far as your like 90s boxy truck things, it's got a pretty good look to it.
If they had actually brought these over here, these things would be like icons over here. Like they would be everywhere.
I wonder why they didn't.
Emissions maybe, or like just...
But they could have put, but like...
They didn't think the market was right
so that would have been like a VG or...
Maybe they were
VG
scared of Jeep. Like, ooh, we're just Nissan. We can't compete with Jeep. That would be crazy.
But they made like Forerunners and stuff, but this would be like the bigger... Or not Forerunners, Pathfinders. So this would be like the bigger Pathfinder.
Nissan, I mean, you and I both know.
I blame the chicken tax.
You and I both know Nissan has made some very strange decisions over their years.
I hate Nissan so much.
Like we've gone over the whole sports car debacle, but they did the same thing with cars where they would have 3 different models of basically the same car at the same time competing with each other for the same market.
As far as I know, that's a weird artifact of like 90s Japan because their market was doing so good.
I can see it.
All the companies just had way too much money and they were trying to figure out how to design and build stuff. They're like, sure, yeah, let's have 8 different versions of this car.
That's what makes me wonder if the reason they didn't ever bring this over is because in the 90s, the Japanese manufacturers were very about like improving their image. Like they didn't want to be seen as the utility, economy car manufacturers
Maybe.
anymore. They wanted to be the, luxury, the
But they also
high
had
class.
the D21 at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. This image just looks like a D21, but like beefy.
Mm-hmm. Vintage beefy. Maybe he knows what European country that is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's neat, and I like the color scheme and everything on it.
It is cool, and it's like that's a lot of money, but you'll have something very unique. At the same time, you'll also have something that's like it's an off-road truck. Like that's what it is.
I mean, but like, how much are people paying for Land Rovers and stuff these days?
I would not know.
Many dollars.
Many
So,
monies.
No idea.
or Land Cruisers rather. I bet.
I always get those confused. You could have told me anything right then, and I would have been like, yes, I know what you mean.
The Toyota ones.
Camino files.
Camino, why are you like this?
For the same reason I am. 1984 Chevrolet Chevette, 50 plus miles per gallon car. This is a factory 5-speed 2.0 diesel Chevette.
Oh, great.
That was converted to a truck and has a dually rear tire conversion. It is rear-wheel drive, and it needs front brake pads and a good cleaning.
So it's a dually, not just wide rear tires or weird offset.
There's dually wheels, I think.
Uh-huh.
Right. So I don't know what that means, but basically it's a Chevette that's been cut into a truck, and it's got modern Silverado taillights on it that look hilariously large.
Are those Silverado, or those look a lot like the
Maybe Ram?
Dodge taillights.
Yeah, possibly Ram. I think there was an era of Chevy that had that kind of flattened lens too, and rear window out of some.
Yeah, it's
truck.
just it's more the double circle thing. It's like it reminds me of like the 90s or early 2000s Dakotas and stuff.
Right. Here's a look at your dualies, which
Oh,
look
those
like street tires.
15-inch wheels just next to each other.
Right. Very confused.
I guess you could just put normal street tires on a dually wheel, assuming they're the same size. Because like your truck is 16s or whatever, you could put street 16s.
I guess so. I guess.
I don't know why you would,
So
but you could. Oh, whew. I got
got a lot.
weird flashbacks to that center console because that is exactly the same thing you see in all the conversion vans.
Oh yeah, the wood thing.
Yeah, and that's what we had growing up. So it broke immediately.
We got a battery in the passenger footwell with jumper cables going up towards the hood.
That's always a good sign.
That's a good sign. We have seats and a center console out of something. I swear that's Chevy. I swear this is all the same truck. Like those taillights, these seats, and that rear window. I think are all cut out of the same truck. ZK, it's
You
up
think
to
they
you.
had like a front-ended engine or front-end wrecked truck?
Right.
And then
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Here's your probably Isuzu 2-liter diesel, if I had to assume.
NA diesel.
NA
2-liter.
2-liter.
So it's got to make 30 horsepower?
God, it's probably
How many does it rev to? 3?
it idles and then you just change the gear and idle like to go faster.
I was gonna say I appreciate the diesel badge on the fan shroud, but I think they just stuck that on there.
It's questionable. I think the diesels were a big deal though for fuel crisis era. These things actually didn't use very much fuel, and at the time, in this inverse life now, diesel is more expensive, but then diesel was cheaper. So
It depends on how you look at it. Diesel is still cheaper now, but not.
that's the dumbest thing I've heard today. It's literally $1 more a gallon.
Yes, but in my giant diesel truck, I get 4 more MPG than
Right, because of them.
Let's call it 30% better than
You're right.
a gas engine.
I was just saying back in this era, like when they were making
I don't
these, diesel was
Diesel
cheap.
has been. I remember. Ugh, that makes me feel old. Is like I remember when diesel was cheaper than regular.
You know why you feel old? I actually kind of
my
like
back hurts and I don't know what happened. Well, what I did.
right. I kind of like. Oh, look at this has a trailer on it too.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the bodywork of this. I don't hate it.
Other than the taillights.
Other than the taillights.
Like if it had those like normal mini truck taillights on it, just like the most basic mini truck curved taillights, I think it would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Those are too big and too round.
Almost the same area I got the ramp truck from. So this feels right. Like if I saw this there, I would have been like, yep, right
You
place.
look at one of those drug crime maps and
and you'll
Heat
find
maps.
Kirk.
yeah. It's like, oh, there's a hot spot in South Carolina.
All right. What do I have? Oh, I have a confession.
Oh no.
Conan
God.
TK. This entire time, this whole time, my life has been a complete charade.
I mean, I knew that.
A Daihatsu charade. Speaking of miles per gallon, 42. A classic Daihatsu charade for $3,000. You get a little bit of a history lesson here with the text that it was the first Japanese auto manufacturer and was bought by Toyota. The Daihatsu Charade is similar to a Geo Metro or Suzuki Swift, but better made.
Okay,
Runs
Marty.
well, does not burn oil. 42 mpg. New brakes, new battery, new CV axles. Might need a wheel bearing.
I'm impressed they did this much work and like found these parts.
Very true.
It's probably the same parts as every other
Right.
economy thing of the era.
Probably.
Indeed. So a Daihatsu Charade.
A charade.
The
Not
only thing I know
anything-
about charades are from Mighty Car Mods.
Yeah,
and
I was thinking the same thing. Like literally the
one he
only
bought for
thing I
wheels
know.
and Marty or Moog sold it overnight or
Right.
something.
Just because he wanted the wheels. And these, I think, became like the Toyota Yaris eventually? Are they... Because Toyota bought Daihatsu, and I think Toyota then started to use the Daihatsus as their microcars.
Well, before the Yaris, there was the Echo,
Right.
which is the same line. And before the Echo...
There was a noise, right?
Thumbs up, Conan.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a small thumb.
It is a very strangely stumpy thumb.
From a distance, like if you were squinting and you just saw this, it would look like an EF hatch. Like a Honda.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
Nice wheel covers. So
Those remind me of the S13 wheel covers.
a bit. Official import? Like they officially imported Daihatsus here for a minute, I guess?
Yeah,
guess.
just this generation.
Oh, interesting.
Looking at the Wikipedia, the third generation charade
Chirade.
was brought to North America 1988 to 1992. The car sold poorly,
Hmm.
et cetera, et cetera.
That's a shame.
But there are, at some point, 43,590
Wow.
of these in scrapyards around the United States.
Right. Can we stop looking at this back seat? It's making me very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. Sure. It's nice and humid and foggy.
Oh, is it a triple?
It is a 3-cylinder.
Ah,
Maybe it is like the Swift and stuff then.
yeah, triples. The 3-cylinders sound cool. I don't know what it is about them that sounds so much cooler than 4-cylinders, but they do. You know me, I like an engine that sounds like a tractor.
Yeah, it looks like an EF hatch.
Yeah, it's very similar. I mean,
But
all
like
of-
slightly more rounded.
right, all of these kind of
Like a
look the
melted
same.
EF hatch.
Is this thing really small? There's some big logs.
We got some big trees up here. Cone.
Oh, that one door is painted a different color. You think they actually
There's
replaced
also
the
a
door?
massive dent on the roof.
Oh, there is a mess. Is that where Moog has done his dancing?
Weird thing.
You've learned me. I did not know there was Daihatsus here.
Yeah, I can't say that. What's the other one? I'm thinking of Daewoo.
You're thinking of Daewoo. I was thinking the same thing. That I remember Daewoo was Korean. Daihatsu is, I think, the only Japanese manufacturer that I thought never came here, but apparently they did. Now I know.
Now you know.
But what about a Suzuki Samurai?
Mm.
Really clean. $16.
Oh, $16.
Oh, hey.
All right.
I have that on me right now. Actually, let me check my wallet.
Wow. Look at this guy, high roller.
Suzuki Samurai del 87 Completamente Restardo 4x4 motor. I mean, it's completely restored. Disc brakes, reupholstered marine vinyl. Runs excellent. 1.3, all factory, alternator, 350 amp, 2 gel batteries.
Whoa. 350 amps?
So look at, they completely restored it. The wheels are a little
they're
upsetting,
they're
but
tiny
like,
bit cringy.
I get it. And I think this is the car that made me look at headlights for Jesse, because I was like, are there like modern replacements that aren't ugly?
There's not. They don't exist. You should. If you're gonna start like producing something, it's like sealed beam replacement headlights that don't look like somebody just threw some LEDs at a circle.
I did see some like H4 replacement ones that didn't look too bad. But like, I'm trying to think of how you do like a projector one, like a HID, because it's really good light quality, but not also look stupid in a round light.
Right.
Maybe like the BMW, like the E30 style ones, those don't look too bad. But anyway, it's super clean. I'm a little sad they're missing the box on the back.
Missing?
But they
or
have
just...
the bikini top.
Oh yeah, it's bikini topped. Look at that alternator.
There's your alternator. The interior is missing.
Yeah.
Lacking.
But as far as like Samurais I've seen, at least it's clean and not rusted and not
it's intentionally
spray painted.
Intentionally missing like the carpet and everything. You can see they have the drain plugs open and everything. Like it's meant to.
And they
just
said they had marine
flow.
vinyl, so you could probably just literally wash it out. But I would like carpet and a roof on my Samurai.
There's only one way I want a Samurai. It's lowered 2-wheel drive with a rotary in it. And they do exist. They are out there.
Okay, converted to 2-wheel drive, because I think they were all 4-wheel drive.
Yes.
But what about a 4-wheel drive rotary?
I don't think that would be good. I don't think in general terms in off-roading do you want to be doing like 7,000 RPM to make some torque.
I'm sure it's fine. But look at these seats. These are like custom seats. And I think that's, as far as like custom upholstery that we've seen on the show, I think this is pretty tasteful.
It's tasteful. It's nicely
Those
done.
seats in the background look horribly uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're not counting those. Those aren't the ones in the truck.
Oh, those remind me of Corvette seats. The way they like bucket in like that.
There's those awful wheels. What are they? Methods or something?
Monster grabbers.
Discount tire.
Yeah, discount tire brand.
Yeah.
And for that 350 amp alternator, you have all of the subwoofers and speakers.
These are called something. I accidentally clicked on one on Marketplace because I was confused as to what I was seeing. And then I just started getting tons of them. It's called something like a sound wall or like
Beehive.
Show wall or something. Hold on. Let me you keep talking. I'm going to Google.
So this is absolutely stupid and not what I would expect in a Samurai. However, it looks fairly well done. It looks nice in there. And it's like color matched. You got your giant amps. And that's it.
No, you got to keep talking because I got to figure out what this is called.
It's called a Samurai. Subwoofers.
Why can I not find this?
So do you think he wants 16 grand for it?
I hope not. Like, okay, if you keep the speakers,
yeah,
because literally every time I see a samurai come up, they're just beat to hell. They're like used as like hunting trucks and stuff, and the worst paint jobs, and with left outside without the roof on and everything. So to have one that has paint on it is a rarity these days, apparently. And if you look, you can see how small they actually are, because it only goes up like 3/4 of the parking space.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna find this. That's a shame. Well, if I remember it after the fact, I'll make a comment. Oh man, I already have to do editing on this episode, don't I? We should get to moving.
I wonder where that alternator's from, because it looks like a stock unit, not like a super aftermarket one.
Yeah, but it must be something that's like it must be rebuilt and overdriven or something to.
Probably. Maybe it's like one of those like snowplow additional alternator things.
Perhaps.
Why are you taking over? Fine. Whatever.
Kurt!
Whatever.
I got editing to do.
This is okay. Yeah, this I picked, but I need ZK.
Buy it.
To explain why.
Oh, then I have more time.
This is a choice. A 1990 Mazda B 2600.
Buy it right
4x4.
now.
The heater works. Touchscreen radio, reinforced bed, lots of new parts. Thank you.
Why haven't you bought it yet?
I like them, but
so
like I guess I don't know what differentiates them from like a Nissan or obviously a Toyota.
They're just a Mazda and they're underappreciated.
Head gasket.
No.
Yeah, this is the 2.6, so it's not as bad, but the 2.2s are awful.
I had a 2.2. I never had a problem with the head gasket.
Yeah, just because one person didn't have a head gasket go bad doesn't mean that
I went to go buy one with somebody. I'm pretty sure the head gasket was blown because it overheated after we paid $600 for it, and we brought it back and somehow convinced the guy to give us his money back.
Nice.
The AC worked in that truck, though. So they're your like standard mini truck, but they're underappreciated. So unlike Toyotas, getting specific parts for them are harder. But like you don't probably want all special off-road parts. You probably just want stock parts.
This one has the Mitsubishi engine in it, right?
I think I think it is a Mitsu engine. It might be a Mazda engine. I don't remember. But the 2600 I's, the I stands for fuel injection, which is always a nice thing because carbs are annoying. And then the 4x4s have like the wide body fenders and stuff on them. And they're just simple, mechanically little trucks. Like there's nothing to them. And now I had the 2.2 carb engine, but like literally every part I could ever think of for the truck was like $20, like max. Like everything was super cheap. And no, this was like 10 years ago.
Inflation.
I've always liked the shape of these the most. Like I think they look way better than the hard bodies.
I do like the hard bodies, but like I hate the Chevys.
The Chevys are not great.
And this does have a little damage on the bed, but I think that's just character on this type of truck. It's got the splash guards and everything. It's nice.
What you gonna do with it? You gonna go off-roading?
Gonna haul stuff.
You gonna haul stuff? Oh no, Kurt, no!
What?
Those are Cavalier seats.
Are they?
Yes.
I think they are.
Oh, what are they doing here?
Haunted again. Didn't Augustine just buy one for his race? And like he didn't even know. He just went to the junkyard to get a seat, and he came home with a Cavalier seat.
If they're not, then they're just like spitting images of the Cavalier seats.
They do kind of match the rest of the interior though, but not quite.
Ew, the cloth is different though. Like there's this pattern in the
it's
doors.
A different pattern. But they did a good job matching.
Mm-hmm.
Mine had a bench seat and not a console. So they got that going. You can adjust the leg room separately.
Fancy.
Luxury. Yeah, I mean,
actually,
there was that one like that was $1,000. It was like an extended cab, and
I was gonna say, like, I don't know if the 2600 came in the extended cab.
One nice thing.
One I put up on the Discord prior that you're like, buy right now.
Side pipe
Was
I would personally, I would hang out or hold out for the extended cab. Just because you get a little bit more storage, and maybe for you, you get a little bit more legroom.
True,
Right.
but I was gonna say the Mazdas are actually better. I feel like the legroom in the Mazdas is better than the Nissans.
I mean, I didn't have any problem. I don't think I had the
but
seat
you're like
all the way back, but like
5'0"
Kurt is different. Yeah, I do know when Bonka was driving the seat, the bench seat, because you adjusted all at once, was all the way forward, so she could drive. My knees were in the dash. So.
Yeah, passenger be damned. Nice plumbing fixtures in there. We've made it to the best finds of the week. How do you like this font? We're trying out
a special episode.
We're trying out new fonts. How do you feel about this one?
We should just continue trying new fonts every week. We should have like a best font pick.
I don't know.
Listen,
We have some kerning issues with the A and Y.
yeah, but that's like it's
Why does Kurt, like the way that looks, remind me of Kurt's logos and stuff? Is it very similar to the font he uses for something?
probably because I get all these fonts from the same site that he told me to get fonts from like 10 years ago. But beyond the font, last episode, Kurt had the best find of the death. I have not gone and watched the movie yet. I'm very sorry.
You have to.
I'm sorry. The death race. What was the car called?
We should do one of those like Discord like watch party things.
Yeah, we should do that.
What was the car called?
Did it have a name or anything?
I don't think it had a name.
No.
It was David Carradine's. I think his character was called Frankenstein.
ZK
Frankenstein's car.
had the Cavalier-powered, absolutely mind-tripped me and a lot of people because it's faced forward in the back of it. Possibly plain windowed, three-wheeled vehicle.
Someone said it was like a plane, but they never said what plane it was. They said it wasn't a Cessna, but it was close.
Right, yeah, maybe they weren't able to determine exactly what it is, but it's very obviously a plane windshield. It's just plain. And speaking of plain windshields, my Cybertruck VW had a piece of flat plexiglass, and and was just begging for a good restoration or project finish. However, everybody loved the backwards Cavalier engine ZK. 84 votes for ZK. 21 and 20 for me.
I feel like I've had like a long dry spell here. Like,
yeah, it's been
a minute.
It's been rough over there for ZK, but you and also in best finds. But yeah, you really knocked this one out of the park. Good find. Such a weird thing.
I don't know who would like what would possess someone to do that.
I really love the ad just being like, please stop telling me how stupid it is.
It's just like one of those things. Like some of the things we come across, like yes, drugs.
Right.
But this was way too well done.
Drugs, but like they've gotten to that point where they're very high functioning. Best find this time around for me. I had kind of a rough time finding a best find.
So, like, before you continue, I feel like this whole, like, past 2 weeks has been really rough to find ads, period.
Yeah, kind of.
It's been... When I was searching, it was, like, a whole lot of very normal cars at expensive prices.
Kurt wouldn't know. He's pulling ads from 6 years ago still.
True.
Yes, I'm still working through
Before we started the show.
Right.
Actually, wait. When was the 3 year? When's the 3? What?
Yeah, it has not been 3 years yet. He's looking. My best find of the week is Gravedigger. I found Gravedigger, everybody. It is a Ford Pinto rolling chassis or trade for a 94 Toyota parts truck with motor and title. Very specific. Very specific.
Our first episode was April 9th, 2019.
Wow. That's like soon.
Yeah.
Damn.
We old.
We old. This is actually a really, like, for spray paint
Yeah, no,
livery,
this is great.
like, you know,
I wish
copies.
So this is one of those things, like, you see certain cars and you're like, if you ever see like really good quality photos of cars when they were new, you're like, oh, I actually understand why people bought these.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to see this the day after they finished it.
Right. Because there's like a lot of really good detail in here. And
you got the graveyard and the moon and like the little wizard hut on the hill or whatever that is.
Somebody's good with the spray can.
No, they went in there with like the little 1/8-inch brush by hand.
I love that you can date how old this was done too. Because
remember Speed Channel?
Speed Channel does not exist anymore.
But his hat.
His hat.
Speed his hat.
That was like Monster Jam was on Speed, and I think that's actually from the truck's livery. Like that's a recreation of that.
Faithful recreation.
Faithful
an homage, you could say.
Recreation.
In a weird parallel universe, this is exactly the same as Powers' Jeep truck.
Right. And for $2.5 million, it could be yours.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just 3 pictures. That was
They
was
want a
my...
Toyota parts truck as a trade?
They want
Is that what
they
they
don't want a
said?
Toyota parts truck. They want a 94 Toyota parts truck with a motor and title.
Oh, it doesn't have to run though. We can do a random parked on them.
Yeah. Good luck on that one. That was it. That was my best find.
Nice.
Hold on. What is that in the background?
The house?
It's like a person
trailer?
holding a baseball bat.
It's a wind vane thing. Like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that.
must be
Okay.
getting some insulation. Doesn't that look like somebody?
Kurt, that person has very spindly legs.
Exactly. I thought they were like
Just like Kurt.
And no head.
Gravedigger. Evil sorcery. I have for you some evil sorcery. A 1973 Ford Courier turbo swap for $9,000. 5 to 6 years owned. Fun project. Became a race truck. They're financially buried.
I know how that be.
It's a 73 Courier with an 88 Ford Thunderbird turbo, 2.3 turbo, and T5 manual transmission.
I wish it fit.
So that has to be a choice. Like you could totally make that fit,
Right. Is there an underhood pick?
Oh, there's
So what-
many pick.
Okay, good. Mini truck
There's some
in.
new. No, not those headlights either, ZK.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like all these look just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so
If you
stupid.
could
Like
come up with
sometimes if you
something.
have a completely custom truck, they look okay because everything else is kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
But
All you
it-
need to do is make something that has the look of like, the glass, normal headlight, like with the lines through it and everything. But then behind that is like modern headlights.
Yeah,
Why is that so hard?
refraction.
Okay.
They cut out the grill too.
They cut out the grill.
Cut out the grill for your pod filter.
They did a lot of cutting.
You got your
How many slot bags have we
exhaust
had
coming
today?
out of a dryer vent.
Yeah. The real sad part is this is a very clean truck too.
Yeah. It's also one of those things. It's like looking at it, it's like a stupid custom thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Disagree as you may will or like whatever. Like that has whatever cut or like cool points to it. So that it's like a cool turbo swap truck. Because
Right.
the turbo is literally sticking out of the hood.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that, but at the same time, I feel like this would be way better if it was actually done right.
Right. If it was like a sleeper 2.3 swap.
But then it would look like a really lame Courier. So
The
like,
Couriers
I
don't look
get it.
lame. They look cool.
I mean, it would just look like an old truck. I guess they have a second one in the background.
Yeah, they sure do.
They sure do.
Boost.
Yeah, there's their other truck, the one that's
Yeah,
stock.
the other
and
one
doesn't have
they
the
kept
hood cut
the
out
same.
of. So like, does the engine just not fit? Like,
This looks
period?
like the way it's cut. it looks like somebody just went into Photoshop and like did some erasing on that hood.
Yeah, it does.
It's so weird.
It's two-dimensional.
Yeah.
And like the edges are fuzzy too. Yeah, that's weird.
It's weird. It's been around a while.
And they have, I want the stock one.
Yeah, what a cutie.
I don't think this has been around a while. I feel like this is like taken on like a
Intentional.
Polaroid or
Instagram.
like Instagram filter.
I feel like this could have fit. I realize it has the over hood or the over
Yeah, but
engine.
it's like a square
intake.
pattern or something. You could have flipped it around. You could have made it work.
Right. Not enough effort was gone into. They probably wanted that, like they wanted the turbo sticking out, but
Yeah, I feel this is all intentional. Because like you could have clocked the turbo.
right,
but
you could
instead
clock
they-
that turbo to get the elbow not to be sticking up.
Yeah, and have like a 120 degree. Anyway.
You've angered us, Curtin. It's cool.
Yes,
cool.
it's cool. I wish it was not. I wish the hood wasn't cut.
Yeah.
And the fender and everything. Maybe it was like a wrecked truck because like that fender's all gray, so maybe they didn't care about this one for some
Right.
reason,
Possibly.
and they already had the super stock one. I don't know.
I don't know.
But you know what is well done? 2020 man.
No. 2020
4x4
man
camper.
was really not done well.
This is a Craigslist early preview to Bring a Trailer. I am posting this on Craigslist as a preview because it's only going to be on Bring a Trailer for 7 days. I will upload this to Craigslist ad once I know the date the auction will start. So apparently he knows the date when this will start. However, it's $1 because it's going to be the auction, and this is just the ad for the ad.
That's a new. I've never seen this before. Like giving a teaser of your Bring a Trailer auction.
Yeah, this is interesting, and especially since
as a Bring a Trailer alumni, it is in the terms and conditions not to post your vehicle on any other.
But he's not offering
vehicle
it for
sites on
sale.
the internet.
It is a preview for the sale.
Yeah,
I feel like that's fuzzy. I feel like that's
Also, I just noticed the front corner is like the A-pillar is also the Snorkel.
Oh, sure is, yeah.
It's a structural snorkel.
But this is like one of those
Wow,
super...
it's real late to have an episode title, but I think we got it.
It's one of those super expensive, high-done overland expedition camper things, which is weird because the only people that can afford these are like the people who are too old or whatever to actually go on these expeditions. But anyway, they go on. Brief overview. This is a unique custom four-wheel drive vehicle. Expedition camper for the buyer who wants specialized options for this offer, this turnkey expedition, everything you want. Blah, blah, blah. I've personally imported the camper to meet United States Customs, DOT, and EPA. And that's their brief overview. And then they go on about what this truck has. It's a 93-man chassis. It has 19,300 miles on it. Something else, there's a maximum speed of 68 miles an hour. It's got 5 doors in the driving cabin, 4 full-size doors to outside. It's got coffee and tea service. There's communications. LED lighting. It took 16 months of near full-time work to build. There is also a number of there's 5 beds. Central seating or your treated water supply. It's got windows, a wardrobe, a heater, a fireplace. It's got USB sockets. It's got solar power. It's got external generator, outside shower, roof deck, exterior cameras, wheel stocks, three winches. There's also a connection between the camper and the truck. It's got 110 and 220. It's fully documented and everything with the DMV. It's got manuals and maintenance and parts and inspections. And there's some links for even more information and pictures.
I'm suddenly very glad I didn't get that job. Because this is definitely what he submitted to Bring a Trailer. It's like, okay, write an ad out of this.
Yep.
Key terms: sprinter, expedition camper, earth roamer,
They said earthwormer.
and tiny house.
That ain't no tiny house. It's bigger than my house.
Here's some pictures of the oddly clean undercarriage of what is supposedly a world exploration vehicle.
Yeah.
And a very fancy shower.
Why do people have to be rich? Why do rich people have to be this way?
Solar panels and extra storage.
The heck am I looking at?
This is very strange. So I literally looked at this for like 10 minutes figuring what's that going on. Yes, down at the bottom there's the winch.
Okay.
This snake spine thing has rollers on either side, and the winch cable goes between it. So the actual winch unit could be remote mounted, and this goes to the front or whatever.
Interesting.
Remember, it has 3 winches.
Right.
It's got a slide out generator. All the cameras and buttons and things. Man seats for your mans. It's got a little lift gate for your motorcycles and bicycles. I guess the rear opens up too, but I didn't see any pictures of that. But that whole like back end like slides up and down. Apparently they took it to some beach or something somewhere once upon a time. Here's something
under there.
I will say I do like the way it looks.
I mean,
it looks like a Dakar truck,
right?
Like,
yeah,
that's kind of what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's some random air suspension, I guess, and everything's painted into silver. Maybe instead of like washing, or maybe they wash it and just paint it everything silver.
Right.
I don't know. Here's a something. It's got a big ass TV.
Yeah, Kurt, how would you feel like sorting through this and trying to make this into a like bring a trailer presentable ad?
Well, I will have to follow this up whenever this does come on Bring a Trailer. I hope I don't miss it, but it should be soonish, I guess. So we'll see.
I mean,
if anyone in the comments sees it, like put it in Discord or whatever, tweet me.
Ooh,
I think this is the AC controls. And here's the face of someone rich enough to own this vehicle.
Yep.
Look how happy he is about this.
Yep.
Money makes happiness.
Money makes happiness. Speed is hat.
I want that as a bumper sticker. You got mini roof lights and light bars and high beams and whatnot. It's I don't know what this is.
That's a dryer. Washer dryer.
A washer dryer.
Rice cooker.
It's never been used. It's got hoses there. I think it's a rice cooker. I think
it's a washer dryer.
You got 12 volts. You got 24. You got 230. You got. There's supposed to be 110 somewhere here.
Who needs 230?
Your toilet's at 20%.
They have this like ultra, it's like gaudy almost, like picture of the world on the side of it.
Yeah.
And I totally expected them to have like little stars of places they've been.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
nothing on it.
That would be cheesy.
And they've probably been nowhere in this thing.
All right.
I know, because they said it had like 19,000 miles on it, which you would think you would put more on this, but it's an 8-speed manual.
It is an 8-speed manual. Enjoy that.
2 neutrals or something? I don't know what's going on.
That is interesting. Yeah. What do the circles indicate? Like, why isn't there one between 1 and 2?
Yeah, I don't know. But 8-speed manual. That's new to me. Looks fun.
Looks fun. This show was fun. Did you have fun?
Fun.
Tons of it.
So much fun. Don't forget
almost as fun as having a Ranwin Park magnet. Sorry.
Almost as much fun as having a Ranwin Park magnet. I think February, March. Those go out.
Screw you, Rock Auto.
Wouldn't sponsor us. Those will be going out in early May. So if you would like one of those, become a postcard patron by early May.
What's the cutoff date for joining the patron?
That would be how many days are in April?
So the end of April?
The end of April.
Okay.
Make sure you vote for your favorite head in the best head thingamajig in the poll that's in the thingamajig down there. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Beat his hat.
That sounded like something that.
Did it sound not right?
No.
Should we take two? Feed.